Sorry. Scratching like a bloody dog.
Could be worse. Could be scratching your ass.
Could be. Right. Last week, what we did was we did the brakes, didn't we?
Yep.
So I put the brakes on the corner, but we've made fitted the brakes to the transporter hubs and put these rather large discs on. We made the spacers and they've already come back from the engineers. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a hub mod because the suspension and drive shafts are arrived back as well. Yeah, look at them all nicely powder coated. So drive shafts are back, got the others around the corner. All new H&R lows, suspension, coilover suspension.
Yeah, I think that's what it said they were called.
Yep, very nice of them. And what I've done is I'm doing a hub mod. So at the moment I'm tackling passenger side, off near side.
Oh my god.
I'll try to figure out if I'm American or not.
All right.
No, I don't want to go into that. They don't have transporters over in America.
What do they call them?
No, they don't have them.
Do they not have them at all?
No, they don't have them at all.
Oh, because you used to have older shaped ones.
Yeah, they used to have older shit, but they don't have transporters. Don't know why. VW never took them over there for some reason. But I've done the hub mod. Now, what a hub mod is this is the bottom of the hub. So your strut comes in that way, and it sits in like a little lip that stops it from flying through, don't it?
Yeah.
But don't fly through anyway, so there's bolts that clamp it all in. So what you can do is you can take your hub off, grind that away, and then the hub will slide in further, which I'm going to do. I'll show you when I tackle the offside. Nearly got it wrong again, the driver's side. So I've left that in. I'm going to build up the drive shafts today. I'm going to, fingers crossed, build up the calipers, pull the suspension on, and I'm going to get all the front end all done. So I'm going to get that done all today, since it's all here. Prop shaft has been sent away for lengthening and balancing, and got a quote for that as well, didn't we? Not happy.
That poor wallet.
That poor wallet of mine. Well, my poor wallet has took a beating, hasn't it? We are a little bit late filming today, aren't we?
Yes, just a little bit.
Because I left the phone that we use for videoing and the microphones. I left them at home, didn't I? And last weekend, or weekend just gone, I moved house. So I no longer live, like, 6 minutes away.
Yeah.
I live a little bit further away now, so it takes me a lot longer to get home. And to find stuff as well, because I put stuff everywhere and I can't find it. So, you know what it's like in a new house.
I don't.
But it's all good, and big plans are afoot for that, aren't there? That should be good. So while I'm doing this, what are you going to be shouting and swearing at like you usually do?
I'll be burning myself finishing this cross member and floor bit.
Okay, yep, so you notched the chassis.
Yeah.
The chassis rails last week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Chassis notching basically means cutting a section out of it and then filling it back in so it's nice and strong. We ran out of gas as well this morning, so I've had to
Yeah,
go
that
get
was
some
another
gas,
disaster.
for the welder. So Alex has made, like, if I go around that side it might be able to see it easier. We've done a little slurp in the floor.
Yeah, well, we've filled all
the
well, it's just that one to fill yet.
Yeah.
And then I'll just dress it all up and then
Yeah.
we'll come.
And then we're going to put
the floor back.
You're going to put the floor back in.
Yeah.
Now we'll try to see if we can film you and me at the same time. Don't know how. Might have to do it with my other phone as well.
Okay.
But we'll try and try to get it all in today. So you're going to do just putting the floor in. I'm going to do the whole suspension, drive shafts, brakes, and put it all together while you're just doing a floor.
Do you want to swap?
Nah. No, I like fabrication, but it just takes too long, doesn't it? And you've got your technical glasses on.
I have it.
Gives you technical face again.
It's a different pair this week though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're as technical as last week's.
No.
Because I left my other ones at home.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, crack on with that lot then, and we'll tell people what we're doing as we're going along. To remove the strut, it's quite simple. starting with the top bolt that holds a strut in place on the skull panel, 21mm bolt. No, sorry, you just undo that, leave it finger tight at the end, then take the steering arm off at the back, which is again another 21mm, and then I usually take the caliper off, as you can see there, and again 2 21mm bolts. Once you've taken the caliper off and the steering arm, you can actually manoeuvre it around and get to the ball joint. Then you can take it off at the bottom if you wanted with the 21mm, or on this it was 2 Allen key bolts that go in up, and then we just undo them and then undo the nut on the top, which is finger tight, and then it all comes out. Once the strut's removed, then we can actually take the strut away from the hub. What you'll see there on the right hand side is the anti-roll bar. We actually just cut that off because we're going to be removing that later on anyway. We don't really need it, we're going to be putting new ones in. But you would take that off with an 18mm socket again on that, at the top and at the bottom. You'll see there that I'm undoing 2 18mm nuts and bolts. That clamps the strut onto the hub. On this, they were extremely rusty. Took a lot of penetrating oil on it, but they eventually came out. And then what I've got is a little chisel, and I put the little chisel in between the opening at the bottom. Just tap it in, it opens it up, and then with a little tap it all comes apart. As you can see there, I started a bit heavy-handed and went in with a big chisel. Didn't work, so I went in with my little trusty small chisel. That worked a treat. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Bit of well through
You try to say that.
well through primer everywhere, and all the front strengthener is now filled in, welded and filled in. So they're all done, and now you're going to make this, put the floor back in.
Well, I need to get that front part in because the floor
Dap
sits
it.
over it.
And dap it, and then floor goes in that way.
Yeah.
So it's going to go whoop, and like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, cool. I'm going to, since you're doing that, I'm gonna, this was not the easiest hub to get off or strut because somebody has decided to use all the wrong bolts. Normally the multi-spline, aren't they?
Nearly fell over.
Yeah, nearly fell over there. Multi-spline that go in the bottom here, and they want their Allen keys. These were rusted, and I think they used the wrong bolts because, yeah, it's definitely not.
It's wasted away, hasn't it?
Yeah. So hub mod, right? Hub mod. Here we go. So if I zoom in there, I'll show you what I mean by a hub mod. So you can see there it has a lip, and what happens is when you put your hub in, it slides down there and then stops at the bottom there. And what we're going to do is we're going to grind this part away here, and then that means then that the hub will actually, the strut, sorry, I'll move that a bit more. So let's say this is my strut. So my strut normally would go in and stop there, and then the bolts clamp it in place. We're going to take away this bit here, we're going to file this away so that strut can go further down. Now that's alright anyway, because these pinch bolts hold it all together anyway. So some people put a Jubilee clip, don't they, on top of it,
Yeah.
to hold it, just to be on the safe side, but many people have done this. We have as well. Don't often do it, do we really, but
I've never had an issue. I've done it a few
Nope.
times.
right, so what we'll do is we'll tidy that up with a file.
A file.
A power file. Right, so you jumped ahead again and you've done front bit. That looks really good, that. Yeah. Right, go on then, let's see if this bit fits. I know you've been playing about and testing, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'll try not to get it away camera and audience. Right, just a screw hole there.
There's quite a few in, I just, so it didn't move.
One there. There's one here as well. Yeah, that looks good, that, mate. Looks good.
You see that bit had to go in first because that bit sat over it.
Yeah, and then you'll be a weld through spot weld bit, sort of.
Yeah, hot spot welds are still there, aren't
Yeah, and that's all zinc weld
they?
through
Through
primer.
primered, yeah.
So you just got to make them little
Just
bits
them
upside.
2 pieces to fill then.
Good man. Right, I'll leave that with you while I just start putting this together. Okay, now that we've done the hub mod on this hub and took the bottom out, as you can see, so cleaned all the little shelf off there, that hub should now, there we go, slide all the way through. So slide that all the way through, put our bolts in to lock it in position there. Okay, so that's that done. What we'll do now is just build a spring onto there. Fingers crossed that holds where it is. Yep. Right. So spring on first. And then what we've got is, these are the top mounts from a T6 we had upstairs. So you normally use your top mounts that you've got already on your van that you take off your original struts. These are we're using T6 ones. The T6 ones are shorter, a little bit thinner than there, so that gives a bit more clearance as well. So top mount on, and that's the original nut as well from your strut. That goes on. Nice and tight, that's that done. So anybody that's done a drive shaft before will know why I'm putting these on, because we've got to use CV grease and it's horrible stuff. Hate it, goes everywhere. So that and loads of cloths, or loads of rags. Right, so these are the new drive shafts, and we've got, these are the new ends, because the other ends were a bit crap. They were making a clicking noise, so got these at the same time. Come with new boots, come with all of the stuff that we need, so yeah, that's going to be a tight fit. Go on that way, put it on that way. Wow, that is a tight fit. Right, new boot. And then we'll need to put this locking collar on. And what happens is, don't know if you can see in there, there's like a little groove, and when you put it on, that springs out and locks it on. So that should there we go. Right, so that's on there. Load this up with CV grease. Make sure you get it everywhere. Once the CV grease is in, make sure you work it in properly and get as much as you can in there. Then it's time to put in the drive shaft into the CV, and you can actually tap it in at the end and it'll snap that little horseshoe clip in that we showed you earlier on. But what I prefer to do is just push it in with a couple of screwdrivers just to make sure that you don't bend it. Last thing you want to do is that. Once that's done, put your boot on and secure it with some of the, in this case it had clips already provided, the metal clips that hold everything together and stop the grease coming out. Secure them together, and then it's just a case of doing the other side. Now this is a rear drive shaft, so on the other side of the drive shaft where it goes into the diff, it actually just shoves through, and that side has a circlip on it. So it's just a circlip on, again put some more CV grease in and then put the cover over it, and that's it, that's that one done. So if I put the strut up, would you put the washer and nut on for me please, buddy? Yeah. And then I can build it all back up. Right. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
I'm up.
Oh, you want
There. Thank you. Right, I'll take that one off because that one's broken. Big hammer. I was going to go for a small hammer then. How?
Big is always better.
Yeah. Right, so let's see what we'll do. I'll take that bottom ball joint off because it is, all the rubbers are gone on it. I'll put the other one in that's on there already. That's slotted on earlier. Oh, I would do if it had come off. Liking to spin. I shall give it a chance by gripping it with some vice grips. If not, our universal friend, the grinder, will be coming out. Yeah. Oh, scared it. Okay, so the strut's in, and we're just going to put in drive shaft. Just put a couple of nuts in it, bolts in it should I say, just to hold it in place. Sorry if there's you can hear an engine running in the background. We're just testing an engine that's overheating. Just try to find out what the problem is. We think we know what the problem is, don't we though, Alex? Alex? He can't hear me. We think it's a knackered engine. 2.5. Lovely. Right. So that's drive shaft in. And that's the Audi from the RS4 CV, and as you can see, fits into the splines of the transporter, which is good. We just need the bolt for the end of the drive shaft, which is there. Obviously we need to put in drop links and anti-roll bar. We've got a H&R strengthened roll bar and some more drop links, but again, not going to put them on now. Just put the ball joint in the bottom. Right, that's that. Disc on, and then we shall rebuild the calipers. Yep, looks good that, mate. There's only a tiny bit more welding to do up there.
Yeah, there's these to do, and there's these spot welds to do there, but
Oh,
all
right,
that
yeah, the
wiring's
ones in the
place,
back.
painting
Underneath all the wiring that we
Yeah.
need to take out. But look at that, put the clocks in and the stalk.
Oh, they're Audi.
Yeah, they're for Addy.
Oh, I didn't realise you put them
I just shoved them in. Actually, not a bad fit.
I'm going to say they're not that
Yeah,
bad,
I just shoved them in. But that fits on there as well.
Yeah.
So we need to strip all the wiring out anyway. But floor's done. Looks really good, that. Just needs a little bit of finessing, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit of tidying up on welds.
But Matt will go over the top of that. It looks, like I said,
I would say it's not actually changed
not
that much, really, has it?
Hardly anything at all. So front suspension's done. Brakes are done. Drive shafts are done up front. And we just need to, well, we're just waiting for rears to come back, aren't we now?
Yeah.
From powder coat, and then we can put the, we can put the rear drive shafts in, rear brakes on, and rear suspension. So yeah, cooking on a gas. So that'll mean that we can put it on ground then,
Put
can't
it on
we?
its wheels, yeah.
We'll have to probably put my wheels on though, because a standard set of wheels won't go over them.
Oh,
No, you have to get some big 20s to go
Okay.
over the top of them. So probably put mine on them. Yeah, just a big. Right, that's it anyway. We shall leave it at that point. Oh, going all over then. We shall leave it at that point, and we'll pick it up next week with doing the rear suspension, rear brakes, prop shaft. That'll be back next
hopefully
week.
that'll be back, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get prop shaft done next week
Yeah.
as well. And like I say, we'll probably put wheels on it next week. If we get prop shaft, we'll put wheels on it next week, get it on the ground, and then we can start putting in the wiring loom.
Well, I might have next week off.
Yeah, we've got wiring loom to put in. Engine, we'll just do engine. Once engine's done, then we can just plug it in.
Yeah, I think if we get all this out,
Yeah.
then we can work out where
Yeah.
grommets need to,
Yeah.
wire needs to come into.
Yeah, and ECUs need to come inside. We
Yeah.
want to put ECUs inside, and then we can bring it all inside. The wiring, manifolds, they're being done as we speak. Well, he's looked at it, and
He's looked at it, yeah.
he's looked at it. Whether we might fire it up with, manifolds on.
Without, yeah, that'll be all right.
That'll be fun. Feel like a Spitfire with flames licking outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could do that. We just need to make sure it starts, don't we? Just make sure it turns
Yeah,
over.
make sure we're
Well, if we
mixing it wiring up.
if we take plugs, well, we've got plugs out anyway, haven't we?
On this side we have.
Yeah, so we'll take plugs out, make sure once we get it to that stage, we can just fire it over. As long as it fires over, that's fine. So we need to drop it all out, don't we? And
Yeah.
drop it all out, get it all cleaned, and take the heads off, make sure everything's all right inside. But yeah, get in there.
Get in there.
Christmas will be, no, we won't say which Christmas.
No, we're not going for that.
All right, that's it. Anyway, we'll leave you in peace, should we say? So goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.